I and others have made videos about how there are rumors that the upcoming Black Widow movie that Marvel's making could be R rated or that there were discussions. But in a recent interview, Mr. Marvel himself, the king of the MCU, Kevin Feige, debunked all that and said that nope, the Black Widow movie was never going to be rated R. So, that's, I guess, since he's the ultimate authority, I think, or maybe Bob Iger, I don't know, but, he's pretty high up the food chain, so if he says the movie's not going to be R-rated, that means it's not going to be R-rated. So was it ever going to be? And, he's just, saying that, out loud to quash that so that no one even thinks there was a possibility it could be R-rated? I don't know. We'll never know that, if, he's saying one thing to the public when in private other things were happening. But I think it's safe to assume that the movie will not be R-rated ultimately anyway. Like, the final decision has been nope, and maybe that was the decision all along. And I guess that's a smart decision. I mean, even though the Black Widow is the type of character you could definitely do an R-rated movie about, given her history as an assassin, and, she knows how to kill people and is a great martial artist, and she knows, firearms and stuff, it does make sense, because PG-13 is going to make it so that a larger audience of people can see it in theaters and thus make more money. It's a safer bet. I mean, I know that Black Widow is a very popular Avenger in the MCU, but the fact that they've taken this long to make a movie about her does make me think that maybe they aren't sure that she can be a big draw. I mean, they're making Captain Marvel first, even though Captain Marvel is newer to the MCU than, Black Widow. Their first female Marvel superhero movie is going to be a character that just debuted, and they kind of let Black Widow collect dust for several years, even though Scarlett Johansson is a more proven box office star than Brie Larson in terms of, she was in like Lucy and other things. So I guess they aren't sure that the Black Widow will be able to get as much of an audience. So they want to make it a PG-13 so more people can see it and just, I guess, widen the net of potential people they could have see it and thus make more money. And I assume that a Black Widow movie will be relatively inexpensive because she doesn't have any powers. So basically they would just have to spend money on, paying Scarlett Johansson, good cinematography, and, good fight choreography, which is probably cheaper than, the amount of money they're spending on Captain Marvel, for example, which is about a space hero with, like, energy powers. So, they could make this movie, the Black Widow movie, for cheap, relatively speaking, give it slap a PG-13 rating on it so more people can see it, and thus, they'll have a better chance of profitability and higher profitability, if it's cheaper to make. But that did make me think, does this signal that future MCU movies also will not be R-rated? Because, a big reason why the MCU is as successful as it is because they kind of play it safe, at least in terms of the ratings of their movies, They're keeping things mostly family-friendly, very, funny and lighthearted, not in all cases, but, just the way that they approach even sensitive subject matter, they kind of usually do it with kid gloves. And there's a business reason for that because, if it's safer for more people to see, that means more people will see it and more money. So, we've heard talk, and I think other people have said in the past that, yeah, Marvel would definitely do an R-rated film. I think they were prompted to say that after, journalists and other people saw the success of R-rated superhero movies like Logan and Deadpool. It's like, would the MCU ever do that? And people at Marvel were like, yeah, we're definitely open to that. But I think they were just saying that, Because if they're taking a character like Black Widow, who's totally, built for R-rated fare, and saying, nope, she's going to be PG-13, that means, they're taking the safe option for the reasons I just mentioned. So is that going to mean, all other Marvel movies in the future will, they're never going to be R-rated? Like, if they ever do a Wolverine movie or, a more serious X-Men movie, now that, Disney's about to have Fox and the X-Men, they're never probably going to go in the R-rated territory. They're always going to keep things PG-13. I don't know. It makes sense for them to do that, for what I just said. But, a big criticism, even though the MCU is incredibly successful, a big criticism of it has been is, they play it safe or, they can be kind of formulaic. Yet they continue to make money with this formula and with this, safe strategy. So I guess, they have no reason to make any R-rated movies at all. They could just save, R-rated stuff for maybe, TV or whatever. If they want to do, a hardcore, show on Hulu. Hulu, I think, is supposed to be rebranded as like their streaming service for more adult or edgier fare. So they could just make R-rated shows and dump it on there and save their movies for the safer and, much more lucrative PG-13 fare. But what do you think? Does the fact that Black Widow will not be an R-rated movie, do you think that's a signal that, Marvel will never do R-rated movies, even if they have characters who are, primed for R-rated adventures on the screen? Or do you think that it is still possible that they could do an R-rated movie with somebody, some other character down the line? Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.